So yeah, GTA 6 just got leaked again. In case you have been completely out of the loop, Gameroll, a YouTuber and staff at GTABase.com, posted on Twitter last week a bunch of new details about GTA 6 that he had heard from a source claimed to be from someone who is said to be friends with a Rockstar developer. Now I know what you're immediately thinking. Hearing someone say, "my friend works at Rockstar," is usually about as credible as Xbox 360 kids who used to say their dad worked for Microsoft. Most of the time you would immediately write this off as fake or not to be taken seriously, especially with how rampant fake leaks run in the GTA community, not gonna name any names there. However, there actually is a catch with this one. For context, 2 weeks prior to Rockstar releasing Trailer 2 and the screenshots, Gameroll had made what seemed to be a rather random tweet. The tweet said, "GTA 6 conversation has sort of dried up by now, so hey, here's a fun question. What do you guys think Jason and Lucia's last names are? My guesses are Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval. Why? Because they sound cool." At the time, this tweet was just kind of shrugged off by most people as trying to get a discussion going, but then May 6th came around, and everyone realized he knows something that we don't. It is nearly impossible for you to guess the last name of a character before it's announced, let alone getting both last names 100% correct. So judging that this information is supposed to come from the same source that told Gameroll the last names for both Jason and Lucia, means that this leak at the very least has more credibility than any other that we've seen. So we are once again going to be going over all of these new details that were leaked, but as a change of pace from what I normally do in this video, we're going to be adding a little bit of a twist. Not only am I going to explain every detail, but I'm also going to be ranking them on how good they are as new additions. And I'm going to rank them from either W Rockstar, could be good, meh, what the fuck, or L Rockstar. Starting with the first one, which is a 6-star wanted level. Yes, the classic 6-star wanted level from previous GTA games is finally making a return to GTA 6, which just fits perfectly. 6 stars for GTA 6, so W Rockstar. Relationship bar mentioned in the 2022 leaked clips still exists, works like Honor and RDR2. Now the fact it's being called a relationship bar instead of an honor system makes me immediately think it has to do solely with Jason and Lucia's relationship. Like maybe if Lucia sees Jason catching a bubble at the club, then Lucia will act super salty towards Jason until he gets some honor back. But honestly, I have no clue how this is gonna work, so I'm just gonna put it in could be good. Weight mechanics are a thing. This is a feature we haven't seen since GTA San Andreas, and it is exactly what it sounds like. Jason and Lucia's weight will be determined by how much you work out, just like what we saw from Jason doing in Trailer 2 at the beach. Honestly, not a huge fan of this feature, so I'm putting it in meh. Explorable underwater areas with treasure and secrets. Given how much emphasis Rockstar has put into showing us a glimpse of the water activities within GTA 6, this doesn't surprise me at all. Honestly, we already had a really good amount of stuff to find on the ocean floor of GTA 5, and it was a really big selling point for me, so undoubtedly we will also be spending lots of time trying to find every Easter egg underneath the water in GTA 6, so W Rockstar. Trailer 2 scene where Jason buys beer is gameplay. Oh yeah, you heard it here. This scene of Jason buying beer is actually gameplay. Instant W Rockstar. Greet and antagonize is in the game. Greet and antagonize was already a feature in RDR2, and we already kind of expected that this would be in GTA 6 given how much people liked the feature and gives the world a way livelier feel to it, so definitely W Rockstar. People react to having your gun out. Now this is definitely cool. People often complained that GTA 5's NPCs are basically just space fillers and almost serve no purpose being in the game at all given how absolutely idiotic they are. However, this could potentially be really annoying if you accidentally pull out your gun and instantly get a wanted level, so for now I'll just put it in could be good. Male strippers are in the game. Yo!
Hey man, what's good?
Nothing much, buddy. You see the new leaks?
No, what new leaks?
They're adding male strippers to the game.
Male strippers?
Whoa, hey Justin, whoa! W Rockstar. The character wheel has 3 options: solo Jason, solo Lucia, and dual protagonist control, where Lucia and Jason can be controlled at the same time to rob together in the open world, and some missions are also started using the 2 of them at once. Now when I first read this, it almost made it sound like it was going to be like split screen, playing both at the same time, but after thinking about it, it's probably more along the lines of a way more interactive hangout from GTA 5. It will most likely allow you to control the other character's actions with prompts and stuff, and probably seamless character switching. I'm just gonna throw it in could be good. Rectangle GPS with pink waypoints. I mean, it's quite literally the same as GTA 5, but with pink instead of purple, so it goes in meh. Jason has a Deadeye-like ability, slows down time and reveals weak spots. Lucia can do it, but in one shot. And Gameroll added that the source has apparently said that this is super bad and they hope it gets changed. It's meant to show how Jason is a better shot than Lucia due to his time in the army. Now, if we're taking everything this dev says as gospel for the sake of these leaks, it is definitely worrying to hear him say that one of the character's main abilities is something super bad and he hopes it gets changed. But since we've basically already used this in RDR2 and it's super fun to use, I'll throw it in could be good for now. Driving is the best that it's ever been. This is so cryptic but also so hype at the same time. Since GTA 5 released, there has been a massive debate about which driving is better between GTA 5 and GTA 4, but to hear that it's the best it's ever been, especially since this dude has already roasted some of the other features, means we are in for some really good driving mechanics in a game where they are really important to the gameplay. And since driving cars in GTA is one of my favorite things to do, this is an instant W Rockstar. Gore/dismemberment is being built off of RDR2. Okay, I might get a little bit of hate for saying this, but to be honest, I don't think GTA games necessarily need a ton of gore and especially dismemberment for adding more realism. Other than GTA 4, most GTA games tend to have a lighter feel to them than something like RDR2, so for an NPC to drop some like funny dialogue just to get his fucking leg blown off might ruin the vibe just a bit. But I do have hope that Rockstar will pull this off well, so it's going in meh. Limited weapon system returns, stored in trunk. I assume this means cars, by the way, just in case anyone's confused. Honestly, again, this may be a hot take to some, but I definitely prefer this over being able to store the entire US military's arsenal in your back pocket. So, W Rockstar. Donnie, Jason's friend who works for Brian and is described as a freak. Okay, now, it can't be a coincidence that the character being described as a freak has a name that sounds similar to someone we know is an absolute freak. So Rockstar adding Diddy to GTA 6 definitely goes in what the fuck. The map is once again an island. Honestly, who would have thought? Just put it in meh. No panhandle. This is actually pretty interesting. In case you're not aware, a few months ago was when the whole panhandle on the map debate had really come about, and most people were absolutely convinced it would be there, especially given the shape of Florida. So the panhandle all of a sudden not being on the map will just make the mapping project have to rethink their evidence for it, but all I can think is that this just means that it's going to be a smaller map than we thought, so L Rockstar. Enterable shopping malls and skyscrapers with lifts. This is something that has been theorized and wished for by the community ever since we had to drive by the goddamn Rockford Mall a million times over the last 11 years, with only one shop that we can actually go into. Malls and shopping centers being explorable and detailed is definitely a W Rockstar. 700 plus shops and most interiors of a major open world game. Unfortunately, you can probably see that Gameroll added a note that says, "This is the one I'm most iffy about." But since we already said earlier that we were taking the dev's word as gospel for these leaks, then for the sake of the video, we will just say that it is 100% a thing, and with that context, it's not even a debate that this is a W Rockstar. And then Gameroll goes on to say story and missions, and then immediately writes, not gonna spoil much here. Honestly, W Gameroll on this one. I don't mind features and gameplay mechanics getting leaked, but as soon as it comes to the story, I'm not even sure if I would put it in this video just to not spoil potentially the best part of the game. So just for this entry, we are going to put a brand new tier and just put it in W Gameroll. Game has chapters like RDR2, 5 chapters in total, and shots from trailer 2 were all from chapters 1 through 3. Honestly, works really well in RDR2, so no reason for it not to work in GTA 6, W Rockstar. And unfortunately, now's when we get to the sad part of the video. Cut/non-existent content. No fully nude set. Come on, Rockstar, bro. Fuck! L Rockstar. Listening to music outside of a car apparently isn't a thing. This one is actually super weird, assuming how many times we've seen characters and NPCs wearing headphones already in the screenshots and trailer, so this has gotta be L Rockstar. Prone was cut a while ago. Not even sure why, assuming it was in the 2022 leaks. L Rockstar. Dual wielding weapons isn't in the game. L Rockstar. No Disney World parody. L Rockstar. No burglary minigame. Honestly, not even sure what they mean by this, assuming it's hard to imagine robberies won't be in the game. L Rockstar. And with that, we have officially gone through all of the new leaks. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.